Hi everyone, welcome to my art corner. If you are just tuning in, I'm Kathy. I am so glad that you're here, and for those who are returning, glad you're back. Today is part 4 of the 10-part watercolor painting series, focusing on our feathered friends. The bird today is a super cute baby bird in a nest. This painting is very beginner friendly. I have erased as much of the pencil as I could. I also added masking fluid around the drawing. I will be using my cut credit card for the leaf veins. Okay, let's get started. First, I am adding clean water on the bird's body, then adding in dabs of gray. This is what is called the base layer. We will be adding several more layers to add depth and dimension. Now for the leaves. I am doing the same thing, adding clean water to each leaf and then dabbing in different colors of green. While the paint is wet, using my cut card and pressing in the leaf veins. If you could, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here in my art corner. Thanks so much, and hit the bell too, so you get notified. The next video will be an easy blue bird on a branch with blue flowers and leaves. It will be great fun and easy enough for the beginners. Did you know that birds are marvelous architects? Birds use a variety of materials to build their nests, including twigs, leaves, mud, feathers, and even spider silk. Some species like the weaver bird intricately weave their nests, while others like swallows construct them with mud. Nests come in all shapes and sizes. Hummingbirds create tiny cup-shaped nests that can fit in a teaspoon, whereas bald eagles build massive structures that can weigh over a ton and be used for decades. For the branch, I'm using different shades of pink and tan for the base layer. Remember, a branch has many colors, hues of brown, tans, and even pink. These varieties of colors make the painting much more interesting rather than just a brown branch. Use your creativity. The base layer is dry on the chick, so I'm adding in a dark shade of gray and some blue. Also dabbing in different hues of greens, pink, and more gray. Blending these colors together. Make sure you stay tuned for the pro tip at the end of the video. Now, starting on the nest. This is going to be a loose watercolor nest, with some wet on dry and loose brush strokes and some dry brushing. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure it will, once you watch the technique. Okay, I'll let this dry, then I'll add more details. Alright, adding more detail to the nest and chick. And the leaves definitely need more variety of greens. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It means a lot to me. It helps share the love of painting. Thank you so much. Did you know that some birds don't build nests? Not all birds go through the trouble of nest building. Some, like emperor penguins, balance their eggs on their feet, while others, like cuckoos, lay their eggs in the nests of other birds, leaving them to be raised by unsuspecting foster parents. And some bird build self-heating nests. Some bird species, like the megapode, create huge mounds of decomposing plant material to incubate their eggs. The heat from the decaying matter keeps the eggs warm, and the parent bird adjusts the nest temperature by adding or removing material. I find that fascinating. How did they figure that out? If you know some interesting bird facts, leave a comment. I also would like to know about your art journey. Are you new to watercolor painting? I know for me, for years watercolor painting intimidated me, but now the more I work with the paint, the easier it gets. Like anything else, you have to practice. That's why I do these videos. It helps me practice. And I hope it helps you practice along with me. With art, it's always a learning process. I'm using a waterproof ink pen for the chick's eye. I always use ink for the eyes. It's just the easiest way to do it. Adding a darker gray mixed with some purple to the chick, which will add body contouring to the head and neck areas. adding shading around the wings with dark blue, purple, and some gray. Also adding details to the wings. Now darkening the branch with browns for more interest and dimension. And adding more dry brushing to the nest. More layers to the leaves, which will add more realism and interest. Once the painting is dry, I will erase the masking fluid and then decide what other details they need to add to finish the painting. Well, looking at the painting, I think the cute chick needs some highlights. So, I will use my white Posca acrylic pen to add the highlights. You don't use white watercolor for highlights. It will make the painting look chalky. You can use white gouache. It works well for highlights. I'm even adding a few touches to the nest. You add as much or as little as you would like. Well, there's the cute chick in the nest. Oh, before I go, here's the pro tip. Test on scrap paper before committing. Before applying a color or technique to your painting, test it on a scrap of the same watercolor paper. This helps prevent surprises, since watercolor dries lighter than when it's wet. Thank you so much for joining me here in my art corner today. I hope you enjoyed this super cute chick in its nest. I hope you have a lovely day and happy painting.